I don't think any of you realize how much of a winner I am. I am the biggest winner. Nothing is a bigger winner than I am. I am the winnerest winner of everything. The best even. Behold my giant sights. Nothing can come close to me. My Bibles are too strong. The Jesus barrier. It upholds all traditions and values. Every now and then I stumble across a game that wasn't even slightly on my radar. These games are one of two things. They're usually ridiculously awful and horrendously overpriced, or they're the complete opposite, cheap as hell and incredibly good. Vampire Survivors was one of those games. It fell into one of those categories. I first heard of it through random friends playing it on Steam a few months back, which led me to look at the store. A hair in my mouth. Blech. This game looks odd, I told myself. Really, at that point, just looking at it at face value and not looking any further, which I regretted later on. 2 weeks later, it exploded with major streamers playing the game and my timeline talking about it. This pushed me to try it and see what it had to offer. It was a major investment though, as the game has an incredibly steep price tag of $3, and I was hoping that my pricey purchase would be validated with even a semi-decent game. Luckily, however, for $3, this game is fucking awesome.
Nice, very nice. Thanks.
Vampire Survivors is a pixel art based game that reminded me greatly of the original Castlevanias. The best way that I can summarize it is that it's a bullet hell like shooter that you get stronger in by surviving longer in levels and defeating enemies. It's absolutely not what you call visually impressive on the main menu, and I can understand why a lot of people might be put off by the limited options available that are there. Don't let the surface level visuals of the game pull you away though, as there is an incredible amount of effort and love put into the game and what it really offers your eyes once you start playing. The sprites are all fantastic. Keep in mind this game is made by one guy, so it's quite obviously a passion project, and for the resources he had available within his own talent, he knocked it out of the park. There are more than a dozen characters, each with their own sprites and models, and as far as I could tell, more than 24 enemy types. You've got a ton of different effects and sounds for each weapon and gadget, as well as their upgrades called evolutions, and the music is absolutely some of the best I've ever heard in a game like this. It's all just so perfectly tied together visually with the sounds of each weapon and enemy as well, and which again is not something you'd ever see if you judged it by the menu. Oh, there's a chest. Oh! We got the Bible. The unlimited Bible. The GPU is gonna hate rendering this game. Oh yeah, dude, the bitrate's awful, but I'm recording in max. So imagine how much my CPU hates recording right now because of the sheer file size of it. The bitrate. Oh yeah, 8,000 bitrate's not nearly enough to make it look good. Did I mention how good the music is? Just listen to a few of these track samples. Don't worry, we'll pause the review just for you to understand what I'm saying. Combat is simple, as you don't have any controls other than the WASD keys that you can utilize, and all of your gadgets and weapons fire on their own. There's no lack in number of different weapons with augments you can get to fit your playstyle, with some combinations being absolutely nutty. Killing enemies by roaming around and exploring levels causes them to drop crystals, which in turn level you up. Each time you level, you get to pick between a selection of 3 to 4 items depending on your luck, RNG rolled of course, making you try new combinations on the fly. Things you can choose from are split into 2 categories, weapons and passive buffs or enhancements, with the weapons themselves each requiring a special passive buff item to be able to evolve into their final form, which is only available from chests. Chests drop from bosses, which you murderate with the aforementioned weapons, Pretty simple, but incredibly satisfying. I thought initially that the level design would be basic, but I was wrong. And I realized that once I got the map unlocked from another level that it was way more in depth. There's hidden items and characters located on each map, requiring you to slowly progress in that direction while playing to get them. It's cool because items on map allow you to get more than the maximum amount of items you could carry, really enabling you to crank your item sets up to more insane levels. You've also got hyper modes and rush modes for each level, with hyper mode making everything way faster, including yourself, and the rush mode cutting down the total time from 30 minutes, which is the hard cap on when levels end, down to 15. There's a score of hidden characters thrown about that require pretty insane things you gotta do to unlock them, but I found it fun to try, with some of them absolutely worth putting the effort in to get, like death. Each character will have its own unique starting weapon and perk. For example, Mortaccio, I think it's Mortaccio, the skeleton can throw bones, which is his personal unique weapon. Luckily though, playing these characters unlocks their starting item to the global pool, encouraging you to play each one to be able to select their stuff at random on other character run-throughs. As I said, each character has perks too, modifiers that make them play slightly different between one another even more. My personal favorite is Clerici, as they start with an insanely huge area of effect bonus that you can actually use to cheese a good portion of the game if you know what you're doing, and that's cool. Progressing even further in the game unlocks another mechanic, the Randomazo, which is a Territ mutator card type of thing, and they change how you play depending on which one you select. Unlocking these requires you getting characters to level 99 or higher to unlock their respective card, which isn't too much effort once you figure things out. Unlocking and activation of Arcanas. I don't know what that is. The fuck are these things? Arcanas? Healing is doubled. Recovering HP damages nearby enemies for the same amount. What? There's one caveat to all this though, and that's the fact that the game is still in early access. Most of the time I won't review games in their early access state, but I absolutely wanted to spread awareness for Vampire Survivors. It's great for what it has to offer and how much love has clearly been poured into it, and I can absolutely suggest that you pick it up and follow its development. Big props to the dev for working on it. It's really good for just one person as far as quality goes. I'm not going to bother doing a breakdown on the game because it's not completely finished, but I will, however, give a final score on the early access review. With everything said and done, for the price and the fun that I've had, I'm going to give Vampire Survivors an extremely strong 9 out of 10 in its current state as far as early access goes. I absolutely suggest you pick it up if you can afford the staggering cost of $3.
That was sarcasm! I was being sarcastic, you
Go play it, have fun. There's no AAA game releases coming out for months and months, so we're gonna have to explore and find more hidden gems like this. Anyway, that's it for this extremely fast review. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the review, hit the like button, just smash it. That helps tremendously. And please share this review with friends. Subscribe for more content if you enjoy stuff like this or any of the other videos on the channel. And I guess all that's left to say is, hey, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Death, suck my nuts, Death. A small coffee table has outpowered you in your divine powers, Death. I think we're fine. We just gotta wait. Look, Death's gotta die, chat. We have days. I just can't touch my keyboard at all. You know what I mean? Like Death is killable. He's stuck on an end table. It's really embarrassing. Oh, there's 2 deaths. What the fuck? That ain't right. There's something wrong about that. Why are there 2 deaths? I'll kill both of them. No, there was a 3rd death. It was too powerful. The 3rd death was just too much, you know? F. Can I get F's in chat? F.